Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by Money Stocks. My name is Nick Santiago. Today is Monday, October 13th, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, and what you'll see is that the futures are trading higher by about $8 this morning. They were trading much lower overnight. You could see an overnight trade, they were down about 8-9 points. But they have rallied back and they have come off the lows. Now, today is what we call a full trading day, but it is also a holiday. Today is the Columbus Day holiday. It is also the Canadian Thanksgiving Day holiday. So volume trends are expected to be lighter. And generally, when we expect light volume trends, we do expect the market to trade generally flat to positive. One thing we want to point out, the bond market is closed today. So the bond market is closed today for the Columbus Day holiday. They get more days off than the NYSE does. So again, we want to take that into account, at least for today. The bond market will be closed. Years ago, we used to use an old statement when the bond market was closed. We used to say, when the cat's away, the mice will play. And sure enough, you do see the futures trading higher by about 8 points this morning to 1902 per contract. So all in all, futures are trading up a little bit higher, and we'll see how it plays out. Today could be a little bit on the quieter side with the bond market closed, and we'll see if the futures in the S&P can hold their gains for the remainder of the session. There are a few things to go over. There was one takeover today. It looks like ATLS, which is Atlas Energy, was bought out by TRGP, and that's Targa. And it looks like that is a takeover deal. So if you own, by some chance, you own Atlas, there's not a lot you want to do. Just trail your stop loss. Stock closed at $32.41, now trading at $39. So pretty good little pop there. But just trail your stop loss. No need to get out. But just trail the stop loss just in case something changes and any news moves the equity. But generally, that should just go sideways for now. Let's take a look at Shutterfly. I don't know the news on this one, but I do see the equity is trading lower. It closed at $46.96. Today it is trading down around $43.20. Not a lot of volume out here, so I'm not sure what we can make out of it. But one level I would watch for closely if the stock does trade down would be around the 41.80 level. So keep that level on the radar. We will look to probably play this in the intraday stock chat. And if you were in the intraday stock chat on Friday, you saw us play MCHP for a nice gap play. And again, we're going to continue to do that. Earnings season is around the corner. This week, we're going to get a lot of bank stocks to report their earnings. You're going to get Citigroup and Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. They'll all be reporting earnings this week, so get ready. We're going to get some gap plays in the morning. And Friday, we successfully traded MCHP. It was a 5-minute trade, and a lot of traders made 75 cents to 80 cents on a quick gap play in just a matter of minutes. So again, come on over to the chat room, take a 7-day free trial. You got nothing to lose. You check it out, watch how we do it. And once you feel comfortable, you join in. All right, let's get into the next play here. I'm looking at CSX catching a big bid. This is a major railroad. Stock right now is trading at $32.64. It closed at $29.94 on Friday. This is a big move, and it looks like there was another railway out there talking about a potential buyout. I believe Canadian Pacific Railway was looking at it as a merger. I don't know how much we can make out of it, but one thing I will say, the stock is flying high today, so give it the upside bias that it can get up to the 33.25, maybe 33.50 level. That's all the upside I see in CSX, but nonetheless, great move today for the stock, so keep that on the radar today. It might have a little bit more to go. Let's take a look at PBR, which is Petrobras. Looks like the stock is catching a pretty good bid. It closed at $15.60, now trading at around $16.60. It really needs to get above that $17.12 level, which was the pivot high on October 9th. If that can happen, believe it or not, the stock has upside to maybe $18, and Brazil has been very volatile, and this is Brazil's largest energy company. So stock right now holding up pretty well today. But again, we need to see a little bit more of a pattern. This is something we may look to play today in the intraday stock chat. Let's take a look at the EWZ since we're on the topic of Brazil. And what you'll see here is that this is trading at $46.38, closed at $44.76. And there's a good little pop there. But again, this needs to get above the high from October 9th. Which was $47.63. If that can happen, the stock does have upside to potentially 48.71 and then ultimately $51. So EWZ definitely in play today. I want to talk about the Ebola stocks right now. I'm looking at Lake Industries. This stock is way overbought. Again, I said it on Friday. I said do not buy Lake on Friday because it could be a fade candidate. I'm going to say it again, and it did fade. This one also, great move. I know there's a Dallas nurse that contracted Ebola after treating, I believe, that one patient that passed away. So again, there's a lot surrounding these equities, a lot of news, but nonetheless, the stock is way overcooked here, trading around 22.69. If you own the stock, please put a stop at put a trailing stop in place and you ride it out. That's the best you could do with it. Looking at TKMR, it's another Ebola play. You can see it was trading over 25 earlier this morning, now pulling back to around 23.80. This one could have some upside or downside. It's going to be all over the map, but this is something that we'd have to look at once the opening bell rings in the market. Not much we could do with it at this point in time. You also have some other Ebola plays out there, but I'm not looking at anything all that terrific, at least at the moment. So we'll see how that does play out going forward, but nothing that I'm seeing right now that is really making me overly wanting it or anything of that nature. So we'll see how it plays out. We are going to look at a few other names out here that are catching a bid today, but one stock that is very, very volatile this morning is JCPenney. So keep this on the radar. This is a potential play today. You're going to see the stock was trading much, much lower a little while ago. Now it just spiked up. It's trading at $7.61. It did close at $7.12 on Friday. So JCPenney could be a volatile one. This is something that we're going to keep a lookout for, and we will play in the intraday stock chat today. So again, keep that on your radar, and we'll see how that shakes out. But this is definitely an equity that could be in play today. All right, let's focus our attention over to the gold market. Gold is trading up $5.80 to $1,227.50 an ounce. Let's go to the GLD. GLD right now is trading right at 118, closed at 117.59. So gold is holding steady, at least at the moment. And again, anytime you want to look at gold, the one thing you want to watch for is that the dollar yen is trading lower, and that happens to be the case today. Dollar yen right now is trading down 34 cents. Was even a little bit lower than that. But if dollar yen continues to decline, you're going to see more of a lift in gold, and that's usually what we look for. Looking at the oil market today, light sweet crude is trading down $1.15 to $84.68 a barrel. Let's go over to the USO, which is a good way to play light sweet crude. You'll see that's trading at $31.85. However, I don't really think there's all that much downside in crude from here, but crude has been on a straight downward trajectory, so sometimes you're going to get these overshooting moves. The best moves come at end of moves, but crude should be nearing the end of its down move, so I'm not looking really for much downside. I'm not saying it's going to get much of a pop right away or a quick move to the upside either, but what I am saying is the downside in crude should be limited here, since it has been beaten down over the past couple months and now trading in the mid-80s. So again, that's what we'll see and we'll look for today in this market. Right now, S&P 500 E-mini futures are trading higher by 8 points. We'll see if the futures can hold their gains. Remember, the bond market is closed today, so that does, remember the old saying, when the cat's away, the mice will play, and again, stocks are rallying up a little bit. Tomorrow we'll really kick off earnings season with the financials, and we'll get a lot more plays in the morning. So again, take a 7-day free trial. Come on over to the intraday stock chat and see everything that we're doing. With that being said, everybody have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.